Damn.
I'm doing it. Wow.
Doing it. Wow. All right, where's my live feed? Come on. Oh, shit. Well, if we are live, I'm not seeing it. Ladies and gentlemen, here we go. All right. Set up.
Ladies love the Cool J.
All right. In the Lubriderm. This week's episode, Asteroid is going to talk about one of his oldest vices, urban exploration, or snooping the fuck around where your punk ass shouldn't. As always, we have our regular shit show roundtable. Mystic, a man who may or may not be on the toilet at this very moment, or any moment in time. Teddy.
No, I am. I'm shitting right now.
We have Teddy, who never let a pronoun be the start of a new friendship.
You fucking nailed it.
Fuck you.
Fuck you. Fuck yourself.
Oracle, who still considers me his favorite degenerate.
Yeah.
And myself, the Ashtray, who still behaves like a 25-year-old dumbass. And this is a Red Eye Report.
Sure do.
Yeah, you do. Oh, shit. I gotta get my...
That's right. When you're not beholden to anyone and you at least make enough money to take care of yourself, you don't ever have to grow up.
Hey.
That is true.
Solid plan.
I just never grew up because I'm a Toys R Us kid.
I mean, I've at least put money into a fucking, couple 401ks and shit. I'm making money and I'm keeping myself between the lines still, so far. Anyways, what brings this topic up is it's an old...
What brings this topic up is a pause for the cause.
Oh, yeah. Pause for the cause. Weekly benefit event for the Dane County Humane Society. This week we are sponsoring Puddles the Platypus.
Puddles the Platypus.
Puddles the Platypus.
Yep, can't hold his bladder. Fucking pisses everywhere.
You old puss. Old platypus.
Old fucking Puddles. You can't even take him anywhere. I guess some guy got busted for in Australia. A guy took a platypus on a train and took it out to the mall.
Just like walked it around, or
yeah, he just fucking like grabbed it from like a pond or something and took it to the mall. Like you do in Australia.
Or was it like a pet?
No, it was just a wild fucking platypus.
Just a wild platypus? Did he have it on a leash, or was he like carrying it?
I don't know, but yeah.
It's crazy. I want pictures.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Fucking white people.
What you in for?
Exactly. Fucking white people. Exactly. So, also, speaking of fucking white people, this is a very white people thing. Urban exploration. Have any of you ever done a little of the old trespassing into an old building when you were a kid or as a teenager?
Fuck no. I have watched that show Abandoned, though, where they go and explore a bunch of old buildings and shit and do this urban exploration thing.
So the old basically it's in the common sphere now with these shows, but it's the event of exploring anything considered like sneaking into abandoned buildings, tunnels, sewers, missile silos, factories, grain elevators, old amusement parks. And the people do it basically just either for the thrill, for the curiosity of it. Also, a lot of people do it for photography, which is kind of what I got into. My first couple, though, were like way before I got into photography. The first would be as a teenager in high school, the Dubuque Inn, which was an old, like, 1960s YMCA in downtown Dubuque, Iowa. Had a full like indoor pool with this creepy like shitty water in it. And
the pool still
went in
had
with
water in it?
Oh, well, it wasn't like full, but it was like rainwater, and shit, because like this pool was like in the it was either like ground or basement level of this old, Dubuque, Iowa was an old city because it's right on the Mississippi River.
Yep.
from there, also the old Dugout, which was like this old club restaurant near my hometown, which had this connected like bedroom or like housing unit. Me and a girlfriend like fucking romped on this bed in this old abandoned building.
Oh my
Pretty
God.
fucked up. But that was
don't
like
have
some
some
like an old bed on the like.
yeah, it was like an old bed. Yeah.
Oh
Yep.
my God.
We snuck in like yeah, and
You do shit like this, then you wonder why you had cancer.
A mentally handicapped woman died on that bed.
Yeah, I think that would have been after I had cancer. Nonetheless, so moving into like early 2000s, got my first digital camera and started going. So if you go to like the other document there, I have photo sets. You can bring up like, so this first one here, 33 East Main Street. This is like what is now the top of its big, fucking office complex with it's a Walgreens now. It's like I was just getting into like night photography. Down next is the old Merritt Hospital. That was on the 400 block of West Washington. And that was a cool one because it's a full hospital, all this old retro gear, and then went on a date with this chick who wanted to do EVP, which is like the electric voice
ghost thing, right?
Yeah. And so I'm like, all right, like, yeah, that would be a place to try it. Because I had taken as a memento one of the clocks out of the surgery ward because they're like made where it's like the prominent is the seconds as the surgeon is like, watching. So I'm like, where better? So we do the thing, where like you play static in the background, ask a bunch of fucking questions, sneak around. Like you can see in some of these photos, like it was just full of all this cool old broken stuff.
You mean creepy murder stuff? Yeah.
Creepy murder stuff. Okay. It is old.
What's this thing with all the buttons?
Yeah, so that's it. Like an old elevator? Switchboard for the front desk. Oh. Like that's how old this hospital was. Huh. Like look at that. And also that was I was doing this photography technique called light painting, where I would bring in multiple flashlights with colored gels in front of them. And paint the shit. So like you can see these like fucking old phone and shit. All these old fucking network cables.
Oh yeah.
And then funny enough, I was looking at this photo at the very bottom with all the rebar and broken brick. And in the background you see this really bright building. And that bright building was the actual building I was in on Tuesday night that they're taking down because the essentially the entire basement foundation is so cracked and fucked. And after that condo fell in Florida a couple of years ago,
yeah,
the city was like, we're condemning this, and all those businesses had to move. I found like all kinds. This one, it was like a coin appraisal business, and like it was like all these like fucking almanacs of coin prices and shit. They just like left all this shit.
Did they leave any coins?
No coins. No.
You find any coins?
Oh, I looked. No coins. Down next is like Noah's Ark. This would be like circa 2005.
I was really hoping you meant the real Noah's Ark in Kentucky.
Then that Noah's Ark in Kentucky I don't think was even around at this time. Went in under the big wave pool, and you can see this weird kind of, I don't know, pump thing that doesn't look very impressive. I was expecting something more for the what made the waves.
What is this long exposure photography here or whatever?
That right there was a little trial of light painting where you do a long exposure, and so you can't see me, but all of that line is actually me running around and squiggling a flashlight. But my movement isn't even picked up because it's that long of an exposure. Which which creates kind of a cool invisible light effect. Down further, you'll see, this is where I was talking about, there's this, it's like the Dark Voyage or something like that it's called, one of those big family raft. Oh
yeah, right. You're right.
Rides where you go down this big black tunnel, and I decided to dare myself. I took a picture of myself in front of it at the top, and then
why does it got to be black?
Why does it got to be black? Because it's pitch black dark, baby. Black is better.
Yeah, that looks like
it's a tunnel. You just say a tunnel. You don't have to say a black tunnel.
Oh,
I'm sorry. Teddy's muted. See, I gotta fucking say something. He ain't.
Yeah.
Speak up. I would just I agree with you, man. I'm just I'm saving all my shit for the training talk later.
I mean that looks like a final picture where they find like your corpse or whatever.
Yeah, drowned at the bottom.
I mean, when you do this, are you by yourself? Do you take people? I mean, you were with that girl one time. Do you mostly go by yourself?
One time,
or do you...
So that one time I was with that girl, that was one of the few times I ever went with anyone else. The time I went way back in high school, we went into the Dubuque Inn. That was at YMCA. I went in there like probably 3 or 4 times, different times, but usually it was with like one other friend or 2 other friends. But for the most part, especially when I was doing all these photos, those were all pretty much by myself. That long stuff too, it takes time to set up. Like you just gotta be quiet and patient.
So the other, have you ever been injured doing this? Or are injured like you're talking about that other place that had a basement that was so fucked up that the city came in and said we're condemning this and everybody had to move. Have there been? I'm pretty sure. Are injuries prone to this kind of thing? Because you are going in different buildings.
Yeah, I mean it's definitely that is one of the risk. I mean, there's a risk of injury, the risk of
looks like a risk of tetanus from all this rusty shit around too.
Yeah, I mean I am up today in my tetanus shot. That one photo in front of that tunnel, I then dared myself. I walked down that water slide. I mean, there's no water running, and my shoes had like a decent grip. But I pitch black. I walked down it, and then in the middle of it, called my buddy on my cell phone. Be like, you don't know where the fuck I'm at right now, because it's one of my old friends. I go back. We used to do this shit together, anyways.
Did you not take a picture of yourself on the slide?
Yeah, right there at the top. That was That was like me standing with a flashlight shining on my face because it's so dark. Move on down. Like
is it a covered? Is it a covered slide?
Yep. Yeah. Fully covered slide. So it's pitch black. Or fiberglass too. Yeah. So it's like walking in a dark tunnel, and you're just slowly doing your foot feeling. So you, like, if it gets too steep, and I walked all the way to the bottom. It was pretty exciting.
Congratulations, you crazy son bitch.
That is a part of the vice of it, is that it is a real like adrenaline rush of like you're slinking around.
You're like, yay, something bad might happen. Woo!
And yes, exactly, something bad might happen.
I might die.
Yay! Woo!
Down that next is Chicago / Gary, Indiana.
I bet Gary, Indiana's got some fucked up shit.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
This is probably just at the library. It's not even closed down.
Right. It had a pair of glasses by it. This was like right by the fucking.
Somebody got shot in the face.
Oh, it looked like somebody just decided to read this Bible passage, took their glasses off, and jumped over the bridge into the water. Like it was. I just found it there.
Probably.
This is how horror pictures start off, kid. I mean, I'm just,
Chinatown in Chicago has a lot of cool like back alleys.
Porno start too.
Like I love this photo of the table tennis club.
Dirty fucking mattresses, apparently.
Or this old graffiti. I don't know how well the people can see it on me.
This would be way cooler if you were older or younger and this was a GoPro instead of just pictures.
Oh God, yeah. Like if I had the equipment today back then, fuck man, I could have. Like I wouldn't have probably never got into making lighters and shit. Like I would have.
Yeah, you would have been
chickadee talked my way to the top with.
Right? Yeah, you'd be some influencer, fucking.
Instead, you're stuck
going
with
to abandoned places.
Instead,
you're strapping pornography on Bic lighters.
This child's book that was birds that don't fly, just like hanging out in this back fucking garbage alley next to this plastic duck from a dollar store. Like this weird shit you just find when you're snooping
what the hell
around.
is going on there?
Yeah, that's just like you find.
That's where they rape
scenarios.
and kill the children.
Yep,
so.
It is weird.
That's in the Cicero, Chicago area. Go down a little further.
Hold on, that movie that I helped fucking edit when we filmed it. That it was I don't know. I guess it was abandoned. It was just a shut down fucking mental hospital in like Ashcounty. It was a little up north, like Ashland County or some shit. Like, anyway, so we filmed inside this place, but like they still had schedules up, like nursing schedules and shit. Like, it was like they just left one day.
Oh yeah,
it was really fucking weird. You know what I mean? Like they didn't take anything down. There's just like posters everywhere. Like, it was creepy as fuck. I mean, that I wasn't exploring it. We were allowed to be there, but it was just still creepy. It was weird.
Yeah, because it's this weird time capsule, especially like that coin shop or that coin appraisal place. You could tell like people kind of took most of their personal stuff, but all the work stuff that they did every day and like their calendars and these fucking price guide books and stuff just all strewn apart.
It is.
Yeah,
down it was there, like 94, I think.
Green spiral staircase. This is Gary, Indiana. This is like back of. The thing is, a lot of the industry in Gary, Indiana, is actually north of the rail tracks, and U.S. Steel owns most of it. It is actually not easy to get up in there. On a second trip to Gary, Indiana, with a friend whose father actually used to work there, he tried to get us in there, and the fucking security kind of ran him out. And he was kind of one of those hard-headed motherfuckers who just like kind of got in their faces, like, I fucking worked here for 40 years, blah blah blah. Like, fucking seeing, we were just gonna see if we could take some pictures. just chewed their fucking asses.
Did he get in?
No, of course we didn't get in, but like he just fucking gave him a piece of their mind because
I could have told you that.
I took a few pictures just from like where we were initially trying to get at, and he's just like he's got his fucking old employee fucking badge and shit, just one of those hard like a white guy, a racist white guy from Gary, Indiana, like that's who he was, and he's just like we'll fucking see how far we get, and then just like chewed them out, turning us away. Nonetheless, these pictures here were from the first trip I went to Gary, Indiana. So like this is actually in a house. You go a little further down, you see like this is in the basement of. I was in Gary, Indiana. I was more worried about like where I was gonna leave my vehicle without it being fucked with, because I got Wisconsin plates on it.
You're not worried about fucking crackheads being in these abandoned buildings, or you want to maybe stab you? I
had a fucking knife on me and shit.
It's Gary, Indiana, man. That's a fucked up place.
Well, and it's got more of a fucking fear mystique, for its reputation than anything. Like, how many people have actually poked around in Gary, Indiana?
You don't, because it's Gary, Indiana.
We don't know because they disappear, Ashtray.
Right.
Shut up.
I'm pretty
These
sure.
are all anecdotal ideas you're making up.
I think I stopped for gas.
Let's look at the crime rate in Gary.
Sure.
Let's look this up here.
I'm pretty sure I stopped for gas in Gary, Indiana one time, and immediately I heard gunshots going off.
There is a lot of abandonment, but like look at the paint chips on this fucking. I love that picture with this like couch all fucked up. Anyways, next down is the old Royster fertilizer plant. This used to be on Cottage Grove Road here in Madison. It was around like 2007. Another one of the things that I also tried
Hold on, SJ. Hold on.
What?
100 is the safest that you can be of any city in the United States. Guess what Gary, Indiana is?
4.
No, they're a little higher.
12. 8. Oh.
They're an 8.
What's an example of?
So now, how did Ashtray get out of there alive?
Yeah,
let's see.
Was I just that brazen?
What side are you on?
Let's just compare it to Milwaukee.
Right.
Crime rate. Milwaukee is an 18.
18.
The worst.
Wow.
It's worse crime rate than
10
Milwaukee.
more points.
Well, come on, Ashtray. 7%.
Say you still survive in Milwaukee.
Only 7% of the cities in the United States are worse than Gary, Indiana. That's what that 8% says.
What side are you on, Mystic? I want to put my town in Franklin, Tennessee.
Hold on. It is. You can keep going. Neighborhoodscout.com.
Anyways, that next section is so you can lambaste me and shame me for how fucking risky Gary, Indiana is, but fucking little old Ashtray survived. And I'm here to tell the story, and I got the pictures. Moving on next to the Royster Fertilizer Plant, which was on Cottage Grove Road here in Madison. It is a big motherfucker. Look how big, so that's from up high. And each of those bins you see there, they're about 15 feet deep.
They just load that up with fertilizer?
Well, I'm assuming each one of those had different mixtures. And if you see that picture down a little further, it's like a big scooper.
Oh,
yeah. That was on a conveyor, or a crane kind of thing that they ran, and they just scooped it out of those bins. And that place just covered. I actually don't have the picture in here. They had this is also back in the time of pre-Facebook, so it was MySpace. Back when we didn't call them selfies, they were profile pictures. I had one where I had the full respirator, but you see this print of my foot. I felt like I was fucking Buzz Aldrin walking in this area that just hadn't been touched forever.
Yeah, what the fuck is that?
That's all fertilizer, chemical dust.
Yeah, I'm sure that's good for you.
I had a full-on fucking respirator, asbestos rated. Fucking cool your tits.
I'm from fucking OSHA, motherfucker.
Is that gonna stop you from getting shot with a 9mm?
I mean, how many people are hanging out there in the old fertilizer plant with a 9mm just waiting to shoot some nosy motherfucker?
You are dodging a lot of bullets in your life.
I am.
I'm just throwing that out there, man.
Only way. It's the only way I've found to get my kicks, I guess. I don't know. And also,
I'm alive.
Thank God I don't have a fucking wife and kids, because I would never get away with this shit.
Right?
Is this like a little train track, or what the fuck is this?
That's a rail track. Right. So they had these little mine carts. Imagine Indiana Jones mine carts that they would put ingredients in and roll them around and probably dump them into these bins. You can see this other picture. Go down further, you can see all these rails going over the bins. There's 4 or 5 tracks. It was a huge fucking warehouse, and it was a super cool opportunity. Another photography friend of mine tipped me off. We actually this was another occasion. Actually, this is the only occasion where I went with another photographer. This was a guy who photography was what he did for a living, older than me. So, and he had real fucking nice fucking Canon SLR equipment and stuff. But that very bottom photo, as you start to go down, gives you a perspective of just how deep those bins were. Right below the big circuit board. It's if some of those bins, I don't know if they were open on one side or not, because if you were to fall in, because I thought about walking in between them on the girders, they were maybe about a foot wide. But with all that dust, you slip, break your leg, you're stuck and dead. I mean, I did have a friend in there with me, but anyways,
when the cannibals come out.
Yeah, go down a little further. It was this condo, I can't remember the address for it. 2005.
Oh, cannibals.
So also back in the early 2000s, it was really easy in Madison area to snoop around construction sites of new high rises going up. Nowadays, I'd be much more wary in the sense that it's so cheap now to put cameras up.
Sure.
That, and going into the place I went this recent week, that gamble was based mostly on the fact that it was a demolition. The electricity's off. the security system's already gutted out of that old building, even if it even had one. I go down a little further. There's this abandoned farm. This is one of my very early like ones, and I got really cool. These are just examples of the light painting I used to do. Pictures out of this. This was like a band, some like fucking high school punk band who had me do some graphic design for them right out when I was out of college, and they told me about this old abandoned farm they would go and like fucking drink beers and party at. And they wanted to do some photos there for their album. We went out there. And so I went back to this place like 3 or 4 times. Got a bunch of cool pictures out of it. And I think it's all been cleared out now. I tried to go back to it recently. Gone. A little further down, there's Auto Scrapyard. It's just some fucking pictures. Oh, the old Nolan Shore Condos tower crane. That was another one that was a condo going up. And it had a tower crane at the top. And I wanted to see if I could get up to that crane, how far I could get up out there. Turns out those tower cranes, they don't fuck around. They put a whole chain.
Oh, yeah, I bet.
Around, like, and it's like it is a serious, like, metal gate, like, blocking the cab. It's like, yep, you can't, no way of getting up here.
That's pretty.
So,
at the scrapyard where you have lit up the fuses.
Oh yeah,
that's actually pretty cool because it looks like they're on, on. Or,
oh yeah,
they're lit up.
Yeah, and it's like, yeah, that light painting is essentially just bringing a bunch of different flashlights, some colored gels, and just having the patience. And that was also the beauty of digital cameras, where you could finally fuck around
and find out,
and just fuck around and find out what works, really, because you're not having to worry about doing long exposure photography in the film with real film, like taking a lot of shots and a lot of varying, and you're taking notes, to try to figure out what works. And it takes a lot of practice to make that work when you can see it immediately. Let's see, further down, there's a couple of pictures from Detroit. This is 2009. They got this really cool kind of symmetry between these shitty fire escape stairwells. One of them like covered in razor wire. And that was one of the fucking stinkiest back alleys I've ever been into, like full on human excrement. Huh. And then there's this wall here that I've actually seen in a number of like an Eminem fucking music video or whatever, and they got these fucking panoramas of downtown Detroit. You'll see this wall. I'm not sure why or what it is, like, but you can see it's like reinforced this historic facade is what I'm imagining. And maybe there was some plan to actually like build a new building behind it. But even in these like Detroit themed videos where you'll see this facade go by, you get this weird sense that it's like a frame because you see things moving behind it, because there's nothing behind it. It's just the front of this old building. A little further down, we got the old Badger ammo story, which I've told time and time again. But the pictures are still fucking badass. That was the old magnum opus as far as like actually getting caught. This wasn't the first time being caught per se, but it was the first time where the police were involved. First time getting caught was that skyscraper down in Chicago. I don't know if probably told that story, where like the guy was paid to just sit there in the dark and guard it.
Yep.
And they let me out.
Because somehow he believed you were trapped in there.
Oh no, he just he totally fell for my compliant, polite white boy act, which is what got me through the Badger ammo thing too. In the long run. So yeah, I would say like it helps if you want to get into urban exploration to be
crazy.
A little bit crazy. And
white also, so you get caught.
White, absolutely.
If you're white and you don't have a police record,
if you're not a lily white Midwestern white boy, you shouldn't do this.
No.
The Badger ammo plant actually looks like not too fucked up in terms of how decayed it is.
Yeah, for its age, because that place, you see that it looks like a mini city. That place has been around since World War II.
From the air, it looked like a concentration camp a little bit.
Yeah. Been around since World War II, all the way through Vietnam.
Surprise it is, motherfucker!
And
then when he said it's been around since World War II, I'm like, it looks like they held Japanese people there.
They kept Japanese people there. Absolutely.
Yeah, right. Those pipes are just how they gassed them.
It looks like a place they did.
Yeah, it's an ammo plant.
Mm-hmm. Oh man, as one of my golden white boy, like, and I'm sure the cop was just like, "You fucker," he's recording my, interrogation or whatever, or statement or whatever you call it when you're arrested. And then they're like, "What the fuck are you doing?" And this guy was, deputy sheriff, so he's playing bad cop and grilling me. And I was like, well, I go to Devil's Lake and I just, and saw this old chemical plant, I thought, oh, it'd be really cool to fucking check that out someday. And he's like, it's a military ammo plant. He's like, what did you think with the tanks in front? And I'm like, what tanks? So there's all kinds of tanks. It's a chemical plant.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
There were 2 army tanks in the front.
Army tanks. Oh.
And he just looked at me like, and I was like, there's all kinds of tanks. It's like a chemical plant. I just played like, I just saw this old chemical place. I didn't know much about it.
I figured they got some expensive shit. They're going to have some tanks.
Oh, man. I played the full.
Way to go, privilege.
But yeah, exactly. Exactly.
He's got a gun.
Oh, also, because keep in mind at this time, because the Joint Terrorism Task Force was looking at me, it was also, do you remember when the Bush administration, when it all came out, like they were basically illegally wiretapping American phone lines? So that was like, oh, fuck, they really, like, of course they're watching me. Like, no one's fucking going to stop them until after the fact.
Right.
So, yeah, with the urban exploration, it's kind of it's a young man's game. I would not recommend it.
I mean, the pictures are awesome. The photography is great. But the fact that you've been doing this for 20 years and not been stabbed yet.
Oh, yeah. Well, and that's the thing. I didn't even get. Well, I don't know. I told that story on that Uncle Ashtray's Adventures episode about the crackheads. That was kind of an urban exploration one. I wasn't really inside a building per se, but I met
copper in the middle of the night.
Yeah, then turned into scrapping.
Yeah. We don't call that exploration. We call that a felony.
That's cool. Yeah, that's straight on. Wow, I don't know. That's felony.
Hey, exploring shit, but getting fucked in your ass in prison is there.
That's one of those where it's just like I knew no Chicago cop is gonna believe my fucking idiot white boy excuse.
No. Not maybe in Madison. You're right. In Madison, yeah, they bought that shit, but in Chicago, you're gonna get shot with the other fucking crackheads and thrown somewhere.
Yeah, fucking cop is gonna fucking tase me too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's white.
Chicago, or they just shoot me. Yeah. All right, so that's urban exploration, boys and girls. Gonna move along here to the what's sexy section. Oracle.
Ow.
Teeth. How do you spell that? Pronounce that?
Teeth. Yeah. Got my teeth cleaned after about a year and a half. Been holding back. Feels good to get good old clean and done. She had to work on me for about an hour.
Dang. Yeah. Just for the cleaning?
Yeah, just for the cleaning.
Yeah, all that scraping.
Did they have to go deep? Did they have to like numb your gums and go?
They didn't have to numb my gums.
How are your gum depths or whatever they call that when they do that?
Pretty good, I guess. Good. I don't fucking know.
They didn't tell you afterwards?
No. I mean, I think my gums are probably better now than they have been in the past. I know back in the Marines, everybody was fucking chewing tobacco, you know, dipping and drinking Monster all day and not brushing their teeth. So we'd go in there and these fucking dental hygienists just fucking hated us. So they just go fucking hog on your gums. Blood's just spraying everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, it feels good to get a good old cleaning of the teeth.
The tooths.
Do you have any cavities?
I do have one cavity, not a bad one. Going back in like a month and a half. Get it taken care of. But other than that, not too bad.
Not too bad. So yeah, it's first time, what, year and a half or so?
Yeah, a year and a half, maybe a little bit longer than that.
Yeah. Is this the same dentist you went to a year and a half ago?
No, completely different state.
That's a little easier.
Area.
They don't guilt you if they're like, you haven't been, boy, where you been?
Right.
Yeah, I didn't go to the dentist for 16 years.
How many cavities did you have?
I had to have 3 teeth.
Yeah.
I didn't go to the dentist.
They were pretty fucked up. They were pretty fucked up. And then I went to the dentist every 6 months, and then the pandemic happened, and I didn't go to the dentist for like 2.5 years. I just went like last month. Yeah, I just went like last month.
I didn't go.
I had one cavity.
Oh, okay. See, yeah, I had a similar thing where it's like went 12 years. Like, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I'm just brushing my teeth every day and using Listerine. And then I had that fucking chunk of my whole back molar fall out, and I kind of panicked.
That's what happened to me. I'm like,
had to get a full crown and everything. So I really got lucky.
What I mean, what the fuck is wrong with y'all's mouths? I didn't go for 8 years, and I went and didn't have one fucking cavity.
What the fuck? Yeah. What the hell?
The last time I went to dentist was with my wife before she passed, and then I didn't go. I didn't go until fucking
That's
I know
bullshit,
there's some kind of slavery in checking their teeth joke here, but I just don't know what it is.
Man, that's some bullshit. I mean, really, the whole dental thing, because I didn't give a shit for a long time. But then when you have a problem and you don't have a relationship with a dentist and you're trying to get in somewhere and you don't know if you're fucking picking some like fly by night fucking, you know, they're just going to steal your money or whatever. So I don't know. I'd rather pay the money up front, get the maintenance done.
That's worst.
That's where I guess I just decided, it's like, you know what, you dumbass, like, you make enough money and like this is what you got to do as an adult. You're getting old. You got to take care of that shit, preventive maintenance.
Right.
But man, like, especially I don't know, it seems like, so it's every 6 months, but I know like one of those visits is when it's like, this is the time we got to do the full x-rays and shit. It's like, fuck, man, that's an expensive one.
Right. Right. Yeah.
You don't have insurance? That's weird.
I have health insurance. The thing is, because we're so small, like my boss just writes me a check for what my, health insurance is. Like I don't know if you can get dental insurance on an individual plan. I mean, probably, maybe if you pay a certain amount.
Like Delta Dental and shit like that. It's not bad either.
I
guess I have to look at the rate and see what.
Yeah.
I found dental insurance to be the most reasonable out of medical insurances. I think I've had Delta dental.
Yeah, I guess I've had that in the past, but
yeah, and we don't pay for the cleanings, and it's capped at $25 for almost everything. The only thing I think we have to pay for is like cosmetic shit that we want done.
Well, that's way better.
But like if you have like if you have like a chipped tooth or something, it's $25. That's it.
Well, shit, that's way better. And I've paid hundreds of dollars, but still, I mean, you're only paying.
Not bad. Yeah, that's not bad.
Yeah, you're paying like I don't know, like $15 a month or some shit like that. Like it really isn't that bad.
Oh, is that all it is?
Yeah, it really isn't that bad.
Too bad. I have to look into that, see what an individual plan would be. Anyways, moving along to what's sexy, Mystic Barry.
All right, so season 3 has been out for a while of the show Barry. I know I've talked about it before. It's a weird show.
Very
weird. You don't like it, It's super funny, but also
Hank
violent as
man.
fuck at the same time, right? So like this scene in season 3 is probably one of my favorites. He's being chased by these people on dirt bikes, and he's on he'd already killed one of them and taken their dirt bike, and he's just trying to get to this fucking gathering. He's like carrying this box of beignets, and they start chasing his ass and fucking firing after him, dude. And it's the way that they film these things and the way they shoot them, it's very minimalist. There's not really a lot of music in any of it, so it's just sound effects and the fucking intensity of the scene. And it's, dude, I don't know why the show isn't more popular, because it's different. It really is. It's but there's parts in it where it's actually really funny, and it's a weird line that it rides between the funny and the fucking violence. Like, I don't know, if you go to 1.5 minutes and go further, are you watching that video?
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah, so like there's a part toward the end that's hilarious. You go, but anyway, you don't have to.
It's a movie.
But anyway, yeah, check it out. I thoroughly enjoyed season 3. Season 4 comes out in like a couple weeks, and I think it's the last season.
What's that on?
HBO.
Okay.
Yep.
I haven't watched that.
I think Henry Winkler's in it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's the acting coach. Yeah, that's right.
Dude, but have you seen it, Teddy?
I've watched season 1. I think I finished season 3 because was it Soho Hank or NoHo Hank?
NoHo Hank, yeah.
Yeah, it's funny as fuck. Him and
dude, when Barry is telling his girlfriend, he's like, "You want me to fuck with her?" She's like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "Yeah, I could just like send her a picture of herself sleeping." Or like,
yeah, oh yeah.
It's like the point is to make her go crazy. I mean, I could replace her dog with a slightly different dog. It's like you just like change your furniture in the middle of the night and shit. He's like, and eventually she's just gonna lose her fucking mind. He's like, I learned all that shit in the military. And like his girlfriend is just like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
It's like, because he's saying it just all nonchalant. Like, yeah, whatever. Just fucking, just take a picture of her while she's sleeping.
Into her house.
She won't know it. Yeah. Anyway, sorry. Next.
All right, moving along then to next. We got Teddy, male powerlifter breaks women's record.
First off,
being a woman.
I want to say fuck Mystic for deleting my shit. I know you did it.
I did not.
You did delete it, you motherfucker. Okay, so this guy, Abby Silverberg, he's actually a head coach for Team Canada, powerlifting coach for Team Canada. He entered the Heroes Classic tournament in Lethbridge, Alberta, after identifying as female. He did it to protest these rules they have. Currently, there's a transgender woman, Annie and Andres, whatever. In the past 9 years, she's won 8 competitions. And she currently holds the record of 275 pounds in bench pressing. But he came in and broke it by 100 pounds. He identified as a female. Came in, still a guy, beard and everything else. I want to read this fucking law. The reason why he did it because it's fucking law. The law states that in Canada, you don't have to be. You can be a guy like he did and go. They put you in what you identify as. You don't have doesn't have to be any hormone therapy. Doesn't have to be any surgery, anything else.
Really?
If you identify as a woman, you can do shit like a woman. You can go do woman shit.
Wow.
Yeah. And also he did it while the transgender woman was fucking
was there.
Yeah, she was volunteering.
That's fantastic. I fucking love this dude. Because I mean he's the coach, right?
He's the coach.
So
he's the coach for Team Canada.
His people are getting smoked. You know, so he's like, you know what? I'm the coach. I gotta fucking step in here. I gotta do something.
Yeah, well, and it points out the absurdity of the fucking
exactly.
rule too.
What's funny is Annie Andres, the transgender woman, she got on she got on her little soapbox, called him a coward and a bigot with malicious intent. But she also stated that maybe my participation isn't necessarily fair. You know, there's science, whatever. But people like her.
Well,
I mean, like,
just have a special category for
right for trans people. I mean, give them their own fucking thing. Yeah,
right.
Just give them their own category. Y'all want to be individuals, now you are.
I just
fuckers.
But yeah, that's my what section. I thought it was awesome that he fucking did that. It just as a guy, where he just fucking there you go, bitches. If you watch the video, like he did it with ease, he was like, yeah, I got like 100 more pounds I can go.
It reminds me of that scene in Letterkenny where like the chicks are like, "We'll play you in hockey." And the coach just starts laughing. He's like, "You seriously want to play a bunch of guys in hockey?" He's like, "What are you, 160 pounds soaking wet? The lightest dude we have is 250. He's gonna crush you." Fucking trannies, man.
All right, yeah, fucking trannies. We love them. Send in all your tranny love to the Red Eye Report.
I love trannies.
Ashtray loves him. He just don't want to get caught in the car with him again.
Yeah, so right to bring back our tranny fans, fuck it, for what's sexy is watching how silly the reaction to the fucking Bud Light cans.
Oh yeah, what the hell's up with that?
Yeah, I don't really know much about it. What's going on?
Oh, it's just like, whatever, like, you know, when the fucking Bush Light cans doing the hunting season, you know, just like we're changing the fucking skin for a brief run.
Right.
It's gonna have. They're going to be Bud Light, like aluminum bottles. I don't know if it's going to be cans too or not. And of course, it's like, it's probably not even hit the shelves yet. It is just the PR release that like, oh yeah, we're doing this collaboration with whatever. Of course, it's going to be, rather than like, Bud Light could have just done this fucking shit themselves, right? Put a fucking rainbow on but it's like, oh, we're doing a collaboration with this specific, you know, fucking trans artist and blah, blah, blah. And don't get me wrong. I won't use their name because they actually are a very good customer of ours at the sign shop. But there's this trans artist whose like artwork here locally has like blown up. So where like some rich motherfucker paid him to put that on a billboard out in New York, and now like it's like, oh yeah, I need 1,000 of this. Here and 500 of these flags, and it's like, holy fuck, like awesome, you know, I mean, good on you. But like the Bud Light cans is causing such a tizzy. Like Kid Rock has to like make a fucking contrived little video of him buying.
So it's Republicans getting pissed. Okay.
So it's like Republicans getting pissed. I thought it was
the trans people themselves.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. No. It is like the Republican bitching and complaining, you know. I think some other, like, I don't know if it's an athlete or a wrestler is like, I'm stopping all my Anheuser-Busch advertising deals, blah blah, you know, boycott fucking Bud Light because
I'm sure Anheuser-Busch really gives a fuck, big dog.
And so it's kind of like, really. So, I guess Kid Rock did a video where he's shooting a fucking machine gun at the 3 cases
of Bud Light.
That
he already paid for to shoot at.
He already paid for it.
Great.
So, you know, it's like
when they burn albums and shit.
Is not like, you know, fuck, you already go ahead, buy some more, do whatever you want. You want to dump it down the drain?
Yeah. We'll deliver a truck to you if you want to pay for it. You can blow that up.
Find that video.
So there's a tweet I saw where it said that Grindr is if Florida keeps doing what they're doing with these laws and shit, that they're gonna release all of the fucking profiles of Republican legislators that are on the site. Don't know if it's true or not, but it'd be fucking awesome. Also, people are mad at Nike.
Do that anyway.
Also, people are mad at Nike because I think the same guy that's doing the beer thing, He's a Nike what do you call it thing now, and he's trying out their sports bras.
What?
The Dylan Mulvaney guy, whatever. He's now a Nike. He's working with Nike also. He's been showing off their leggings and sports bras.
God, he didn't even shoot the
Dylan
rainbow
Mulvaney? Who the fuck are you talking
He's
about?
the guy. He's the guy he's the Budweiser guy. The guy on the Bud Light.
He's the one that created the thing.
Yeah, he's the trans guy they're working with.
Oh, okay. I got
Yeah. Oh, I thought he said his name. I bet.
So now people are pissed off about that too. Jesus Christ. That's funny.
So yeah, it's kind of like, gee,
What,
what
you
I'm
got a
saying
pet
is like,
possum?
there's
Yeah,
that fucking link I put in there of whose possum is. Oh, that's the artist.
Yeah.
Oh Jesus. Actually, that's so weird because I know another trans person who's all about possums. Maybe it's a trans thing. No, it's just such too coincidental.
Right? Like, what the fuck?
No, they're a great person. They're a great person, but like,
but they also fuck possums.
They don't fuck them. They just had like a bunch of possum.
You don't. Apparently, nobody knows they do. They just like possums.
Anyways, moving along.
I'd fucking hold a.
You fuck a possum?
I'd fuck a possum, but I'd also hold it too.
Actually, baby possums are pretty cute.
Yeah.
I mean, baby anythings are cute, but it's the old gnarly possums that you see eating another possum on the side of the road. Those are the ones that scare me.
Yeah, those can stay outside.
Christ.
Oh,
the cannibal possums.
I
fucking hold a cannibal.
I remember coming home late one night,
like all possums should be.
Like high school, like coming from a punk rock show in Iowa City. So it's like a 3-hour drive back, rolling in and like just trying to stay awake on and using like a Ephedrine, back when that was legal.
Oh my God.
And I see this dead possum on the road as I'm coming, like just get almost home. And I go to like drive over and like all of a sudden above, like from it is like another possum that sticks its head up that's like been eating it. And it's like, oh, you fucker. Boom, just smoked him. That woke me up. I was like, oh, God, that's gross.
Yeah, you murdered something. It'll wake you up. I'm like, I hope it didn't have a family.
It was a cannibal possum. It was
it deserved to die.
Unnatural.
All
right.
Done good.
Moving along to the old fuck what you think. Oracle smoke detector.
Goddamn smoke detector.
Goddamn smoke detector.
Fucking open the oven today. Had some chicken in there. No smoke. Took my fucking Arby's curly fries out of the air fryer. No smoke. And the goddamn smoke detector starts going off. That sets off all of them. And in this place, it's like fire, fire, fire.
Oh, wait. So one sets them all off?
Oh, yeah. Yes.
Yeah, that's how it is in my house. If one goes off, all of them go off.
Yeah, they all go off.
I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah.
It's fucking pandemonium. And there wasn't even any goddamn smoke.
So do you just have to go start waving in front of the closest one?
Cats are flying everywhere. Fucking opening windows and shit. It was fucking insanity.
I could see the cats flipping out too, like trying to run on the linoleum. Fucking, what the fuck?
No, my wife, and then the other smoke detector. I don't know if the battery's low. It would like chirp every 5 minutes.
Yeah.
So then my wife was like all shell shocked from it. So I had to take it off the ceiling. I handed it to her, and I took the battery out, and it still like somehow made a chirp. She like almost dropped it. Like Night of the Living fucking smoke detectors. Jesus Christ.
God. So yeah, how did you finally get it? Did you just have to like flush the air out from
flush
the
air
area?
out, but flush it of what? There wasn't even any smoke. What the fuck?
Well, that's
man?
the thing is I think they're sensitive now to pick up. It must have been, I don't know, some like burnt carbon in the air or something. Yeah, ghosts from your old meal that you reheated.
Yeah.
You said it was right after you took stuff out of the oven, right?
Yeah.
Mine goes off.
So yeah, I'm pretty sure it had something to do with that.
There was not fucking smoke involved.
Yeah, you couldn't see it. But it could detect it.
Exactly. But I'll be cooking whatever. Not like I'll now clean my oven before I use it, and my smoke detector still go off. I'm like, what?
Yeah, that's some bullshit, man. They need to
like,
dial these smoke detectors back a fucking notch.
Gonna have to get yourself a little fucking air can to
they want to get you out of the house early enough. They don't want you to wake up when the house is on fire. Like fire started 25
they
minutes.
They want to torment you.
Fire.
Keep you on edge.
Yeah.
Just so you don't feel fully safe.
Well, it's working. Fire detection sponsored by Al Qaeda.
Yeah, right. Get your $8 rotisserie chickens every Sunday.
Yeah.
All right, moving along.
Waste of an $8 chicken.
To the Mystic. I was gonna sue some cops, but then I got high.
So a few months ago, Afro Man made a song. It wasn't a very good song.
Yeah.
Using all the footage of him being raided by some Ohio police.
The story you'll see only right here on Fox 19 now. Rapper
because they had intelligence that he had kidnapped victims and smuggling marijuana. Yeah, and then they found.
Did he have
nothing.
A double-wide trailer?
Ken Baker now with
I have no idea.
No, it was in a house.
It was a full house.
So then he used the footage that was recorded from his security system.
And he's fly. Look at that.
And he made a video, and then now they're suing him for using that footage.
Yeah.
Even though it's his footage, and they're the ones that wrongly fucking came into his home and destroyed it.
If I understand, it's the individual cops who are suing him, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah,
because they got
interesting
threats.
To see how it goes.
Oh, they got threats from blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
Fuck you. Fucking.
Was it something about my lemon pound cake or whatever?
Fuck really, guys? You already hold all the power. You got to smash this dude's door in, go through all his shit, and found fucking nothing. Didn't apologize for it. And now you're gonna fucking try and sue him because he used footage recorded on his system? Fuck you.
Yeah, that's some bullshit.
Well, he actually made 2 songs. There was a fat cop who stopped by the counter because looked at there's a lemon pound cake on the counter.
Oh, the pound cake.
The lemon pound cake.
That,
like this fat cop was out his gun. He's like,
yeah, I think he was one who was really fucking pissed.
So he made a video about that shit and Mama's lemon pound cake.
Oh, that's incredible.
Well, and if I remember right from that video I saw, I was actually like, you know what? Fuck. Afro Man's place, his crib is tight. It looks pretty clean, organized. He had like a nice closet and everything.
Like, I don't get. I mean, first off, who's telling him that he has this shit, or like?
Yeah, I guess
whatever. And they just like took the word of one dude or one person. Like, what if it's a pissed off girlfriend? You know what I mean? Like, she's just trying to get him in trouble.
Does not matter. We have actionable intel. We're going in.
It's going down.
And then they don't have to fix any of the shit they break. You know?
Oh yeah, that's some bullshit.
Or the lemon pound cake they eat.
That fucking lemon pound cake looked delicious.
I'll bet it.
And it was a really nice fucking whatever they call those cake holders. You know, it's like crystal and with glass case.
Elevated glass cake. Yeah. Yeah, he went.
They're just fucking stealing his money and shit.
He's like got taste. Afro Man's got taste. Lemon pound cake taste. All right, moving along to Ashtray. Me. Have you heard this story about the fucking guy who was stringing up, basically strung up wire along some of the bike paths?
Oh yeah, I did.
Here in Madison.
Story about it.
What?
This I think was last year. And where like people were riding a bike and they fucking clothesline, but think of like a thin fucking gauge steel wire.
Decapitated, man.
Yeah, like
did somebody get
the guitar string up there?
Yeah,
did somebody get decapitated?
No one got decapitated, but people were injured. Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's.
Yeah, I don't think they'd be pedaling fast enough to probably decapitate them. They'd have to.
Yeah, I know, but it'll clothesline you.
Fuck yeah, man.
It'll fucking hurt for sure.
Yeah, as an old Curtis S.L. Chesmer, you see the fucking what a goon ass fucking face, and he was previously arrested. That's the thing is they actually found him with DNA. See that fucking picture there? That like you had there with that wire.
He wired a fucking HDMI cord across.
I bet you. The thing is, I think it was a couple different types, but
it
anyways,
says he did it 4 times.
His excuse was like, "Oh, it was, like I felt the bridge was unsafe." Like, oh, unsafe is in like, he's trying to like, oh, we're gonna close it off with this invisible wire.
Yeah.
But yeah, this motherfucker. Yeah, they basically like, called him out on it. And it says, they basically told him we found your DNA on the cords that were right across. And they said Tesmer dropped his head and began crying. I don't know what to say. He told Detective Lindsay.
I don't know what to say.
I'm so glad
that's why he would do it. Tesmer said he didn't want anybody to get hurt.
What?
Asked how hanging wires would keep people from getting hurt. Tesmer said he did not feel safe on the bridge. But he also did not report any safety problems on the bridge to the authorities.
Right.
So yeah, he's just some fucking crazy motherfucker who was sneaking out there putting
crazy drunk.
He looks pretty crazy. Yeah,
he looks crazy in that mugshot. Yeah, look at him. And I think I said something where talking about his wife. Like the motherfucker is not just some crazy by himself. Oh, he's like, yeah, he told the officer. They asked him, he's like, oh, he denied knowing anything about the cords other than what his wife had told him that she heard about the incidents. It's like, yeah, motherfucker.
She told him because they're Mrs. Mason cords.
Yeah, right? Where the fuck is our HDMI cord?
Why isn't the TV working?
Why are the kids' Nintendo Switch dock not working?
Right? What the fuck happened? I don't know. The bridge was unsafe.
The bridge was unstable. I had to reinforce it.
Got to reinforce it with an HDMI
I had to save lives, honey.
Because it was like strung up between those like the fucking wire along the side of the bridge. It's like, was that what he thought would be the excuse? Like, I'm gonna stabilize it by like tying it left and right. It didn't feel safe. The fuck?
Well, being stupid isn't a crime, Master. So maybe that was the truth.
It's the stupid actions that usually are. All right, next up we got Teddy. My goddamn diggity dogs.
Goddamn diggity dogs. Made some hamburgers. Not hamburgers, goddamn it. Made some tacos tonight. Homemade guacamole. We do it up big here at Casa de Thomas. I was gonna eat later. So my wife and son ate. After they ate and everything else, my son, he doesn't have school tomorrow. So he wanted to go spend the night at grandma's. I was like, yeah, knock yourself out. Get the fuck out of the house. So I take him over there. I come back, and as soon as I come in, my dogs are like, they immediately go to the cage. They only do that shit when they've done something wrong. I put them in a fucking cage, and they just sit for me to fucking find out what they did, and I just shut the door. But it turns out these motherfuckers, my wife and kid, they left the fucking food on the counter. So all the hamburger meat shit. So the fucking
ate it all.
They fucking. So I go on I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like the hamburger meat. The fucking they got
the cheese,
the sour cream. We got a bag.
Of cheese. The sour cream is awesome, man.
And, so
if I was a dog, I would love eating sour cream.
Dude, I go look in the backyard and like the Tupperware bin that I had everything in. I'm like, I ate everything. I come back in, they're like my bad. I'm like, motherfucker, because I hadn't eaten yet. I was fucking hungry.
They already knew they were out there. Like,
yeah, as soon as I came in the house,
go in our cage.
They automatically went in the cage. I'm like,
they knew. Like, we in trouble now.
He's gonna be so mad.
Dude, I was pissed, bro. I got the shepherd, put her in the cage. I got the shepherd and shit. I was pissed and I slammed the door and the cage like collapsed. The door collapsed in on them. So they were freaking out then and they both scattered, tried to go upstairs and get him because they ran behind my wife. I'm like, she ain't gonna save you. She ain't gonna save you. Get downstairs.
Yes, you dead. You fucking dead.
I was fucking pissed. So I had to go back because I had to go back and get some more and remake dinner for myself. Goddamn dog.
I would have just ordered some. I would have been like, fuck this. These dogs are paying for a pizza.
Yeah, how are they gonna pay for it?
Exactly.
Out of their skin.
I don't give a fuck.
With their lives.
Figure it out.
Yeah, how do they pay for it? I no longer have to feed them because they're dead.
Yeah, I've seen this video. It's pretty funny with the dogs. They stop barking at each other once the gate is gone.
Yeah.
Very good.
Those silly dogs.
Right. So, in all seriousness, go fuck yourself, sweet home Alabama. That's our show. We're going to be here every Wednesday or Thursday. Thursdays night, 10 p.m. Central. Make sure to join the conversation at theredeyereport.com or facebook.com/redeyereport. You can also fuck off on Twitter.
We need to get a TikTok. That's what.
Oh, yeah. I know. Yeah, I don't know.
We've been saying that for 2 years, man.
The shit'll take off in China.
None of us have the patience to actually do the fucking posting.
No, but we have the marijuana.
Yeah, that is a good help.
Yeah, Teddy, I'm all behind your efforts.
That's the reason we're not posting on it, Teddy.
Yeah, exactly. So, anyways, like us, share, fuck us. We're down for whatever. I am the Ashtray.
I'm Oracle.
I'm Mystic.
And I'm Teddy.
This is the Red Eye Poet.
Awesome.
Bam.